Whitefell, written and illustrated by Leopold B. Aguilera. Prologue. The howling screams surrounded the terrified hunters as they ran downhill through the blinding snow in the dimming light of day. Wind and snowfall were fierce against their faces of abject terror. Their heavy coats, the length of dusters, made it difficult to run faster, and both clutched their rifles to their chests. The forested slope began to level and open into a wide expansion of ice and snow as the trail disappeared beneath their feet. Again, the aberrant howl assaulted their ears, this time directly behind them. Both turned to look back, then lost their footing and tumbled headlong, slamming their faces into the frosty ice. Ignoring their pain, the smaller man bleeding profusely from his nose, his taller companion exposing scraped red flesh from his left cheek. They fiercely scrambled to their feet, abandoning their rifles, and continued to flee. They had seen the creature. It had moved into their clouded view in a clearing where at first they had mistaken it for a bear in the falling snow. As they took aim, both seasoned hunters slowly began to discern the abomination as it reared to its feet. Through the white obscurity, they could scarcely make out the hulking, deformed anatomy of a beast coated with white fur, the gleam of sharp teeth, hideous amber eyes, and an unnatural visage of sheer malevolence. They fired. No wounds, no sudden jerks were perceived. Then it let out its first howl, not of pain, but with a terrible sense of announcing its focus to pursue them. Now they were fleeing for their lives. The two were running in the direction where they had tied their horses, just beyond the field of ice. The snow began to let up, but the wind was still against them. The smaller man was sobbing hysterically, but the taller companion let out only heavy gasps. Both hunters saw the horses in the distance, and they painfully increased their speed. To their dismay, the loyal beast saw what was pursuing the men. The horses panicked and pulled on their reins, pulled until the reins snapped and broke from the trunks of the pines. The animals bolted away. Both hunters turned to face the thing that had hardly made an effort to overcome them. They both sank into the snow and, like children, clung to each other, screaming with terror. It seized them.